Night, a young mother named Iyabo was awakened by her baby's cries. She hurried to the nursery, only to discover that the window was wide open and her baby was gone. Iyabo's terrified screams echoed throughout the village, prompting the villagers to form a search party to look for the missing child in the forest. As in the small village of Apollo, located in the heart of Yoruba land, a heavy feeling of fear hung over the people like a thick fog. It all began when baby Ade, the child of the village elder's sister, went missing. At first, everyone thought the baby might have wandered off into the nearby forest, so no one suspected anything wrong. However, as more babies disappeared over the following days, the villagers realized they were facing a much darker situation. Whispers spread about a wicked witch who lurked in the woods, targeting innocent infants. The villagers named her Momo, a name that made even the bravest warriors shudder. One stormy night, a young mother named Iyabo was awakened by her baby's cries. She hurried to the nursery, only to discover that the window was wide open and her baby was gone. Iyabo's terrified screams echoed throughout the village, prompting the villagers to form a search party to look for the missing child in the forest. As they ventured deeper into the woods, battling the fierce storm, they stumbled upon an old deserted hut. The atmosphere around it felt charged with a strange energy. Suddenly, a figure stepped out from the shadows. It was Womo, the evil witch. Her eyes glowed like fiery coals, and her skin seemed to shimmer with dark magic. She laughed wickedly, showing off her sharp, menacing teeth. The villagers stood frozen in fear as Womo began to chant, her voice raising to a wide pitch. The storm grew fiercer, with flashes of lightning lighting up the night sky. Womo's powers appeared to strengthen, and the villagers felt an irresistible pull towards her, as if they were caught in a spell. Just when it seemed like all hope was lost, a brave young hunter named Collar burst into the clearing, ready with his machete. He had been tracking Womo for weeks, determined to stop her evil ways. With a fierce shout, Collar charged at the witch, his machete gleaming in the lightning. Womo struck back with a surge of dark magic, sending Collar flying across the clearing. But the young hunter was not about to give up. He got back on his feet, his eyes shining with determination, and charged at Womo again. The fight continued, with the villagers watching in amazement as Collar and Womo battled in an incredible show of magic and courage. The storm reached its highest point, with loud thunder and lightning striking dangerously close. In the end, Collar was the one who triumphed, his machete cutting through Womo's defenses and hitting its mark. The witch screamed in terror as she vanished into thin air, vanished forever. As the storm calmed down, the villagers erupted in cheers, celebrating Collar as their hero. The young hunter smiled modestly, knowing he had saved many lives and restored peace to the village. Diablo's baby was found, safe and sound, hidden in a nearby bush. Collar's bravery and the villagers' support shielded it from Bomo's wickedness. From that moment on, the village of Apollo thrived, free from Bomo's evil influence. Collar, the young hunter, was honored and as a champion, his name forever remembered in the village history as a hero who saved them all. As time went on, Collar's reputation spread far and wide, and he became celebrated as a courageous and mighty hunter. He always stood guard over the village, and the villagers spoke of him with great respect and admiration. However, Collar was about to face his toughest test yet. One day, a strange figure appeared in the village. He was tall and thin, with piercing eyes that seemed to look right through Collar. I am Ajazi, the stranger announced, his voice deep and threatening. I have come to take revenge on the hunter who took my sister, Momo. Collar's expression hardened, and he tightened his grip on his machete. I am the one who ended Momo's life, he replied firmly, and I don't regret it. She was a monster who needed to be stopped. Ajazi's eyes blazed with fury, and he bared his sharp teeth in a snarl. You will regret your pride, Hunter, he hissed. I will bring destruction to you and your village, and you will suffer a painful end. With that, Ajazi disappeared as if he had never been there, leaving Kola questioning if it had all been a dream. But deep down, he felt the dark energy of Ajazi still hanging in the air. Kola realized he had to ready the village for a fight. He called the villagers together and warned them about the danger Ajazi posed. We need to stay alert, he urged. Ajazi is a fierce and merciless enemy, and he won't hesitate to attack us. We must be ready to defend our home no matter what. The villagers agreed and quickly began to prepare for a battle. They strengthened the village walls, collected supplies, and sharpened their weapons. Yet, even with all their efforts, Kola couldn't shake the feeling that they were in serious trouble. He understood that Ajazi was a powerful opponent, and he was worried that the village might not survive the coming storm. As time went on, the villagers stayed on high alert, anxious about what Ajazi would do next. Then one fateful night, the attack finally happened. Ajazi showed up at the village entrance, his eyes filled with rage. He was not alone. A swarm of shadowy creatures followed him, their eyes shining with an eerie light. Tonight you will meet your end, Hunter, Ajazi hissed, his voice full of hatred. This night your village will be reduced to ashes, and you will be swallowed by the darkness you have tried to fight. With this, the fight began. Kolar and the villagers fought courageously, but they were greatly outnumbered. Just when it seemed like all hope was lost, Kolar recalled an ancient prophecy that had been told in his family for ages. The hunter will rise again, the prophecy stated, and with the strength of the ancestors, he will conquer the darkness and save his village. Kolar realized he needed to harness the powers of his ancestors to protect his home. He closed his eyes, concentrated, and reached deep inside himself to connect with the spirits of those who came before him. As he did this, he felt a powerful energy surge through him. His machete began to shine with a brilliant white light, and he knew he was ready to confront Ajazi and his dark army. With a fierce shout, Kola charged ahead, his machete gleaming in the moonlight. The shadowy creatures were no match for him, falling easily as he fought. But Ajazi was a different challenge. As a strong sorcerer, he wielded many dark and dangerous powers. The clash between Kola and Ajazi was fierce and thrilling. They battled with magic and courage, their powers colliding in a way that shook the ground beneath them. In the end, Kola triumphed. With one final powerful strike, he defeated Ajazi, sending the dark sorcerer away forever. As the shadows faded away, the villagers erupted in cheers, celebrating Kola as their hero. The young hunter felt a warm smile spread across his face, realizing he had protected his home from the dark forces. As he strolled through the village, soaking in the admiration and gratitude of his fellow villagers, Kola understood he had truly embraced his faith. He had become the hunter foretold in the prophecy, saving the village from the looming darkness. However, Kola knew his adventure was just beginning. He was aware that new challenges would always arise and battles would need to be fought. But he was prepared. Kola was not just a hunter, he was a warrior and a hero. He would always be ready to defend his village and its people from any danger that came their way. As Kola strolled through the village elder approached him and gently placed his hand on his shoulder. Kola, my child, the elder said, his eyes sparkling with pride. You have shown yourself to be a true hero. You saved our village from the shadows, and you have brought honor to our community. Kola beamed, feeling proud of what he had done. It was my responsibility, elder, he responded. I'm just happy I could do it. The elder nodded, his face turning serious. Kola, a great future awaits you. You are more than just a hunter. You are a leader. I sense that you will be called to guide our people in the times ahead. Kola's eyes widened in shock. He had never seen himself as a leader, but the elder's words resonated with him. He felt a new sense of purpose and direction. What do you mean, Elder? He asked, intrigued. The elder smiled knowingly. I mean that tough times are coming, Kola. Times that would need strong leadership and courage. I believe you are the one who can lead us through. Kola's mind buzzed with questions, but before he could voice any, the elder continued. I want you to come with me, Kola. I have something to show you that will help you grasp your destiny. Kola nodded, feeling a mix of excitement and nervousness. He followed the elder to a small hidden hut at the edge of the village. Inside, Kola spotted a big leather-bound book. It was covered in strange symbols and markings that seemed to glow softly in the dim light. What is this? Kola asked, his curiosity growing. The elder smiled, his eyes shining with wisdom. This is the Book of the Ancients, he explained. It holds the secrets of our people, the mysteries of the forest, and the truths of the universe. Kola's eyes grew wide with amazement. He had heard many tales about the Book of the Ancients, but he never imagined he would actually see it in person. The elder had carefully opened the book, showing pages covered in unusual symbols and designs. Kola felt a mix of wonder and excitement as he looked at the pages. This is your faith, Kola, the elder declared, his voice strong and sure. This is a journey you must take. You need to study the Book of the Ancients, uncover its mysteries, and use that wisdom to guide our people to greatness. Kola felt a surge of determination and purpose. He understood that a big challenge awaited him, but he was prepared. He was ready to dive into the Book of the Ancients, to discover its secrets, and to use that knowledge to lead his people to success. And so Kola set off on his adventure, a quest that would lead him deep into the forest, into the unknown, and to the very edge of what a person could endure. He knew it would be tough, but he was ready. He was ready to tackle any obstacle that came his way, to conquer them all, and to come out on top. For Kola was a hunter, a warrior, and a leader. He would do whatsoever it took to achieve his destiny. Thank you for watching. Kindly share your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Also click the notification button to get notified each time I post a new video. See you on my next video.